Welcome to a special holiday episode of All That and More. I'm your host, Jillian McDonald. We wanted to kick off the month of December with all of the merriment and joy that it deserves. And have we got a show for you? We have multiple guests today to talk all things Christmas. From community events and Santa's Anonymous to outdoor recreation and festive light displays. There's no shortage of activities to get you and your family into the holiday spirit. So grab your hot cocoa and let's dive in. We humbly acknowledge that All That and More is recorded on Treaty 8 territory, the traditional lands of the Cree and Dene and the unceded territory of the Métis. Our first guests in the studio today are Tara and Roxanne. They are from our Parks branch here at the RMWB. Welcome. Tara, since you are the program manager, maybe you could give me an overview of what your role is with the municipality and what your team does.
Our team plans regional events such as the Santa Claus Parade, Winter Play, and Canada Day Parade. We coordinate annual community cleanup campaigns such as Adopt a Trail and Roadway. We also bid on major multi-sport events, and we facilitate the sports field bookings of gyms and arenas. We also support the council-appointed committees, Communities in Bloom and the Combative Sport Commission. And we support both internal and external partners needing event support.
So you kind of do a little bit of everything.
We do.
We're dabblers.
Yeah. What is happening with the Santa Claus Parade this year since we're getting so close? The excitement is building, I imagine.
The Santa Claus Parade is going to be kicking off the holiday season this year on December 3rd at 6 p.m. And we're returning to a traditional parade on Franklin Avenue. So that is super exciting for the public to be able to watch the parade again in its traditional form.
So 2020 and 2021 were a little bit off years. We did something a little different.
So we did host two Santa Claus parades at Mac Island in the parking lot. So for 2020 and 2021, people would drive by and the floats were actually stationary. So this year, we are going back to the people staying stationary and the floats driving by.
When do you start planning for the Santa Claus Parade? I mean, I imagine that this is a lot of work leading up to.
The really nitty-gritty and making sure we get our plans solidified starts happening in September. And then we move forward in October with making sure that we secure all of the partnerships that we need, making sure that our internal departments that we require support from are on board and make sure that they understand what their roles and responsibilities are. So there's a lot that goes into it well in advance. Actually, registration this year opened on November 1st, so you can imagine how much gets done prior to that.
You must have a favorite part of the Santa Claus Parade. So Tara, maybe we'll start with you. Do you have a favorite thing about the parade?
My favorite thing about the Santa Claus Parade is the community coming together. It's the day where, we're working the back line, it's craziness, the floats are out, but then when you see the reaction of the children on the line, and the joy and the happiness and the Christmas spirit, it warms my heart. It's also the day where I remind myself that I really need to get my Christmas shopping done.
Now it's like D-Day. You're like, countdown's on.
Yeah.
How about you, Roxanne? Any favorite things about the parade over the years?
I really enjoy reading the comments after the parade is over of how much the community loved it or what it means to them. There's different personal stories sometimes that you'll see in there of, someone who had just brought their child for the first time. So I really love the aftermath of seeing how much it meant to community members.
There are a whole lot of other events that you coordinate this time of year, one being the tree lighting that we always do to kind of kick off the holiday season. And this happens right before the parade, correct?
So the day of the parade is when the city lights up. So this is the day when Lions Park lights come on, Borealis, downtown, our street lights. So that's the day when our holiday tree will be lit as well. And the tree is now located at Kiam Park.
Right.
So we're very excited. That is the new home for the tree. So it's center of downtown.
And tell me about this tree, because I'm sure anyone driving down Franklin Avenue does a double take, because this thing is massive.
Yes, it is. It is 40 feet tall. It has 370 branches and 38,000 LED lights.
Wow. In addition to the tree, there are usually a lot of other beautiful holiday decorations set up throughout the region. So where else can people go to see some of these displays and get into the holiday spirit?
Parks have been busy preparing outdoor winter recreation areas for the community to enjoy over the holiday season and throughout our winter. One area is Lions Park, where they'll be building a skating trail where families can go out and skate and enjoy the spruce trees that are lit up in the park.
That's one of my favorite things to do in the winter here. I'm so glad that the Parks Branch decided to do that skating trail. I think it's such a cool, unique experience in the heart of our downtown.
My kids love it. They always ask every weekend if they can go. And I'm just like, it's minus 30. Let's wait till next weekend when it's only minus 20.
You might be waiting for a while.
But it's so beautiful and it's such a great experience. So I encourage people to go.
Another hidden gem is Borealis Pond. Since COVID, we've reopened the pond for skating. And I don't know if a lot of people in town know about that. And Parks decorates the trail around the pond with lights. And it's all lit up through the winter season, and it's beautiful. There's a fire pit, so you can roast marshmallows.
Sounds like a great place to maybe take your family down, snap some quick Christmas photos. I think that would be a fun little evening. Have some hot chocolate.
And another thing, we have the sliding hill that's open at Timberlea Community Park. We've turned the lights on so residents can go down and use the hill from 4 to 9 p.m., and that's open 7 days a week. And reminder, too, we have our trails that are being groomed, so you can head out to the Birchwood Trails, do some snowshoeing, cross-country skiing, walking, and even running on the trails.
So there's definitely no shortage of things to do around the region. And another annual event that residents can get involved in is Nominate Your Neighbor. Roxanne, how would somebody go about nominating a neighbor who has a beautiful light display?
So you would go on to the municipal website, so rmwb.ca/NYN, which is for Nominate Your Neighbor, and you just submit a recognition form along with a photo. That's automatically submitted to our coordinator who runs the program, and then she would go from there and make sure that the person knows that they've received recognition and provides them with a certificate and a little sign to go in front of their house to show that they were recognized. You actually have until December 15th to do that, so there's still lots of time if you have a neighbor who's done a really good job and you want to nominate them.
So make sure you're driving around your community and giving those kudos to those people that have really spent the time to brighten your neighborhood. Do you have any other recommendations of activities that people can get out and enjoy this season?
I do, actually. When we start planning the parade, we get together with a couple other community partners throughout the region, and we all create what we call our schedule of events for the holiday season. And you can actually find that on the RMWB website. And so a couple options if people were looking for things to do. At Peter Pond Mall, you can go and have your photo taken with Santa. And on December 5th and 12th, you can go and have story time with Santa. The Boys and Girls Club is going to be running their Oodles of Noodles. I know, that's a tongue twister. And they actually do that on the same day as the parade. So if you wanted to make a whole day out of it, you could go to the Boys and Girls Club. The elf workshop at the library is also on December 3rd. And then you can hit the parade in the evening. So there's a few things going on that day that we work in conjunction with these partners to do. And then, of course, there's the Heritage Village doing a great job bringing community events to our region right now. And they are doing their Christmas Village from December 9th to 11th. So I definitely recommend all of those things. And then once Christmas is all done and wrapped up, Mac Island has the Craze brought to you by Syncrude. So that's another great one to check out.
Thank you, Tara and Roxanne. We're going to take a quick break for the Municipal Minute. When we come back, I'll be joined by Caden and Max from Santa's Anonymous. Do you travel on the Fort Chipewyan Winter Road or the Laloche Winter Trail? Keep up to date on the status of the roads this winter by signing up for email updates. Once registered, you'll be notified of openings, closings, and load limit changes. Sign up before your next trip and remember to review the winter road safety tips before you head out. The holiday season is a wonderful time of year with festive decorations, lights, and more time spent in the kitchen. Stay safe this holiday season by testing all your smoke and carbon monoxide alarms, being careful with your decorations and not placing them near heat sources, placing candles in a safe spot and blowing them out when leaving the room, and turning off your lights before going to bed. Thank you for staying safe and happy holidays from Regional Emergency Services. Take the worry out of winter by signing up for WMZ alerts. It's a no-brainer. Once signed up, you'll receive weekly email updates to help you keep up with on-street parking restrictions. Register on the municipal website and let's plow through the winter season together. That is today's Municipal Minute. Find more information on these initiatives in the show notes or on rmwb.ca. And if you have questions, call Pulse at 780-743-7000. I'm super happy to welcome a couple of leaders from Santa's Anonymous, and I'm going to have them introduce themselves. So first up, let's go with you, Max.
My name is Maximus Ramirez, and I'm an assistant head leader this year for Santa's Anonymous.
I'm Caden Deary, and I'm a head leader with Santa's Anonymous this year.
Maybe, Caden, you can tell me a little bit about the history of Santa's Anonymous.
Yeah, so Santa's Anonymous is a nonprofit, and we help families in need within the RMWB, and we provide hampers for Christmas. We've been founded since 1984, and we've been around for 38 years.
Awesome. So lots of legacy here in the community. Myself, actually, I was a part of Santa's Anonymous. I graduated from Merck a long time ago. So happy to see that the history continues on. How long have you been involved with Santa's Anonymous?
I've been involved since I've been in grade 8. I've done like events here and there, just volunteered. And then when I went to grade 11, I was an assistant head leader. And then now this year, I'm a head leader.
And what made you want to lead the charge?
I really enjoy it, and I think it's important to give back to our community, help the less fortunate, and I enjoy doing it.
How does one become a head leader of Santa's?
So is usually how we run it is we have in grade 11 you can become an assistant head leader, and then you'll go on to be a head leader in grade 12. But we do actually run interviews, it's student-led interviews, so people will apply for assistant head spots, and people will also apply for head leaders. So it's like you don't need to be an assistant head leader to be a head leader. We do definitely like it, and there's a more chance that you would qualify, of course, for the position of head leader after you've already been an assistant head.
Yep.
So yeah, that's how we do it. Everybody will come in, try and apply for the job, and then the people who we already know have been our head leaders, if we have a spot, like if we have our people, they will interview the assistant heads.
Oh, I see.
And that's how we
And I think usually it's you want your 11th graders to be assistant head leaders, but in my case, they just made an exception because I had only applied for assistant head leader.
Gotcha.
Yeah, we had last year we had a bit of not as many people. So we had some grade 10s that were assistant head leaders. And usually how it works is, your grade 11s will go up to head leaders. So we also only had 5 head leaders, so we had to get one more. So yeah.
Gotcha. When I was involved in Santa's Anonymous, it was 3 head leaders, and now you have double that. So I can only imagine how much the program has grown in, I'm not going to date myself, in a long time. And Max, how long have you been involved with the program?
This is actually only my second year being involved. Last year was my first year. I was involved with the toys team.
Okay. And what did the toys team do?
So basically we just had to sort all the toys from all the different age groups, and whenever it was time for packing week, we were kind of in control of what was going out and all that. So yeah.
Do you guys know how many students are actually involved?
I don't know an exact number, but there's we have so many just because obviously we have our 6 head leaders, our 6 assistant head leaders. We have all our team leaders, and then we have numerous amounts of people that'll just volunteer for certain events. Just for the teddy bear toss, we usually have 30 kids or 40 just that'll volunteer, go to that game, help clean up the teddy bears after they get thrown onto the ice. So there's so many people involved, and we definitely can use as much help as possible.
A lot of events coming up in the next couple of weeks. So I believe the next is the teddy bear toss. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct. We have that coming up on December 2nd over at Center Fireplace.
So that's in conjunction with the Fort McMurray Oil Barons.
Yes, we'll be doing the teddy bear toss. So you go there and we'll have teddy bears for sale, different sizes. You purchase one, and the first goal of the game, the teddy bears are thrown onto the ice, and yeah.
So what is the next event that comes after the teddy bear toss?
We have Stuff a Bus, and we also have Red and Green Cup actually on the same day. So the Red and Green Cup is a Merck versus Trinity hockey game. I believe it's 2 to 3:30. And then Stuff a Bus is we go on the bus and we go around to businesses around town who have taken in donations for us throughout the Christmas season. And we take them on the bus, and then the bus will bring them back to Merck and we unload them.
Yeah, and Stuff the Bus, for those that don't know, is actually in partnership with the regional municipality of Wood Buffalo. Our transit services team are actually going to be filling one of our transit buses. So local businesses have had an opportunity to contribute items, toys, food, and they're all going to be loaded into that transit bus and then driven up here to Merck. And I believe the date on that is December 9th?
Yeah, it's the 9th, yeah.
So coming up here fairly quick. If you would like more information on Stuff the Bus and how you can donate, visit rmwb.ca/stuffabus, and I'll make sure that all of that information is also in the show notes. And then after that, we roll right into basically packing week, correct?
Yeah, we roll right into packing week. So we'll have the setup for the gym just to get it all ready for wrapping presents and everything like that, packing the hampers. The setup will be on December 10th. And then we take over and we'll pack the whole from the 12th to the 16th. And then the 16th is also delivery day.
Okay.
So we deliver all our hampers to the families.
About how many hampers are we packing this year?
It's around, last year was around 550, and we're expecting pretty much the same this year, maybe a little bit more, a little bit
Possibly
less.
more, too.
Yeah.
And do we only serve the city of Fort McMurray, or is there rural families as well?
No, we also actually do Chip Lake, and we do Janvier and Fort Mackay.
So it's a very regional program, which is really cool. Max, maybe you can tell me what the vibe is like on packing day or during that week. Like, what does it feel like in the gym?
Oh, it's such an amazing feeling. You know, everyone who goes always seems to have such just like a great time. It really is, you know, a great feeling knowing that you're putting some time and effort into, you know, helping the community and those who are less fortunate. Yeah, it's one of the things that I noticed whenever I first started Santa's was that week of packing was. It's just magical, honestly. Like
It's a feeling that can't be matched,
yeah,
eh?
it cannot be matched. Yeah, it's such a fun time, and you know, just being with friends and teachers and all sorts of people that come and help out. It is really great.
So what kind of things would go in a hamper?
So if it were a teen, they'd get some type of present, usually a gift card, and then something along the lines of maybe a book. And then the parents, we also throw in like a gift card so they can have a Christmas dinner, a Save on Foods gift card. So.
Yep. So if I wanted to contribute to Santa's Anonymous, how do I go about doing that?
So you can actually come into the school anytime we're open, like school hours, and you can make a donation here at Father Merck.
Explain for listeners what delivery day looks like.
So on delivery day, so obviously from the 12th to the 16th, we have we've spent the week packing all our hampers. So all our hampers will be prepared, and we'll have usually businesses will come out and help out with like trucks and help us deliver the hampers on the 16th. So that day we spend the day loading all of our hampers into vehicles to be delivered.
Is there anything that you want to say to listeners about Santa's Anonymous, why they should get involved, why they should donate?
Yeah, it's definitely an important thing for the community. You know, it helps out people in need. And, you know, if you end up coming to Father Merck, definitely I would get involved in it. You know, it's great to help people, but it's an enjoyable experience, and you'll definitely not forget it.
So if somebody wanted to get involved, who do they contact?
Well, if you contact the school and ask about it, there'll definitely be someone that knows about it.
Okay.
And they can help direct to the perfect individual.
Gentlemen, thank you so much for joining me today. I really appreciate you taking some time.
Yeah, thank you so much for having us.
Good luck with packing week.
Yeah, thank you so much.
A special thank you to our guests today, Tara, Roxanne, Caden, and Max. We hope that you get out and share in the festive spirit this holiday season. Avoid the naughty list. Support the Santa's Anonymous Teddy Bear Toss tomorrow, Friday, December 2nd, at the Fort McMurray Oil Barons game. This Saturday, December 3rd, there are so many events going on, ending with the Santa Claus Parade at 6 p.m. on Franklin Avenue. For a full list of events this month, please visit rmwb.ca/Santa. As always, everything covered today will be in the show notes. From all of us at the Regional Municipality of Wood Buffalo, a sincerest thank you for downloading and listening to our podcast. This has been a labor of love, and we're incredibly grateful to each and every one of you for listening. We'll be taking a little break until the new year, So we'd like to wish you and your loved ones a safe and happy holiday season. To quote a special bearded man, Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night.